This is a statement from Mr. P, one of the P Square brothers, and he was referring to Hakimi. It reads, Hakimi, marry your mother if you cannot trust your wife. When I read it, I felt it was a bit too harsh because had it been he was talking to a man or referring to a man, I would understand. If you're a man and you're trying to get married, if you know you cannot trust the woman you are getting married to, then don't bother marrying her at all. If you know this woman cannot be seen as a part of you, or you cannot share what you have with this woman, then do not marry her. But in Hakimi's case, I think it's different because one, Hakimi met or started dating this woman when he was 19 and she was 31. A young guy who is 19 here in Nigeria is still living with his parents. A 19-year-old is still in secondary school for some people. A 19-year-old is still living with his parents and they are feeding this 19-year-old. A 19-year-old is still being influenced by his or her parents. So I don't think it's applicable to Hakimi's situation because Hakimi is still a boy. He's not yet a man. Forget the fact that he has made a lot of money and he lives abroad or is exposed to a lot of things. Hakimi is still a child. He got married when he was 21. At 21, he's not even old enough to start looking at older women like that. He's supposed to look at girls who are within his age range. But because it's in the West and anything goes there, I think that was why he found himself in that kind of situation. He got married to this woman, and something tells me that he didn't marry this woman because he was in love or he wanted to marry this woman. He married this woman because of the baby that came into their life. So maybe he wanted some kind of legal rights over this child. So he decided to wed this woman, or she made him wed her. I just don't know, but something tells me he was not ready to settle down. He just married because of the child that came into their life. You are talking about trust. A 21-year-old trusting his 33-year-old wife. In the time space of 3 years of marriage, they were having issues in their marriage. And then this woman was like looking for an excuse to leave him. And immediately she got one, she took it. She didn't even wait for the court to finish their investigation or convict him of rape. She decided to take him to court and then ask for half of his wealth. If you're married to a woman and within a space of 3 years, you start having issues with your wife, I don't think trust is going to come up at any point in time. Trust is something that you have to build. It takes time. It's not something that just comes and then it's there. No, it doesn't work like that. So with all this, I think Mr. P of P Square was a bit too harsh on Hakimi by telling him to marry his mother if he can't or couldn't trust his wife. Because as far as we Africans are concerned, Hakimi is practically a child and is still too young to understand what trust in marriage is all about.